Vancouver Island's west coast is both extremely beautiful and extremely rugged. The high winds and stormy seas make it a challenging place to build, but that has not deterred Vancouver resident Matthew McIsaac. Architect A.A. Robbins had designed a 6,000 square foot home, which the pair planned to modularize and prefabricate off-site. Enter Vancouver-based Preform Construction, who prefabricated the entire house in their 20,000 square foot warehouse. Units are brought in on trucks and craned into place. Here we see units of the first floor of the north wing being installed. Those units that have been shipped flat to save on transportation cost are then righted and craned into place. Here we see portions of the panelized grand room being fitted. The second floor of the north wing, as you can see on your left, is next to be installed. This particular unit only weighs about 18,000 pounds. The engineering and design is so precise that units slide perfectly into place. For structural considerations, the courtyard of the home is framed next. The window of each unit is covered in plywood to avoid damage during transportation. For the same reason, siding is left for on-site installation. Because the south corner of the home is cantilevered, temporary cribbing is used to support the units until the permanent columns can be attached. When the units are bolted together, the temporary cribbing will be lowered using screw jacks. This can be seen in the bottom of your screen. The south wing of the courtyard is next. In most cases, units are shipped complete, with flooring, drywall, hardware, even electrical and plumbing are included. Architect Tony Robbins stands by and watches, much like a proud parent. When they reach site, connections are made from underneath. Now that the courtyard has been installed and the connections have been made, the outside pieces can be added. Here we see a temporary stud wall that will be removed after installation. As you can see from the time-lapse footage, the waterfront in Tofino is a very windy place. The units are lowered very carefully to ensure there's no damage. Temporary sheathing is removed immediately before the next module. This ensures each piece remains watertight. As units are lowered into place, the roofing team stands by. They will flash and remembrane the parapets between each unit. As the units are lowered into place, certified bolt tighteners are on site to make sure the connections fit. The final fully completed unit is ready to be placed on the main house. Friends and family watch in amazement as the house is substantially completed in just 3 days. All that remains now is the grand room. First, the panelized 2-story curtain walls installed. And lastly, the roof modules are lowered into place. In just 4 days, this 4,500 square foot home has been installed and is ready for finishing work. Using just 6 modules, the caretaker house will only take a day and a half. These units are relatively smaller, but must be lifted up over the trees to the higher caretaker site. The first 2 units are especially easy, taking just 2 hours to install. These units are even more complete. The guest house arrives with painted drywall, radiant in-floor heating, Arbutus flooring, bathrooms, fixtures, and even its kitchen in place. Tarps are used to protect the units and removed only at the very last second. The final 2 pieces of the caretaker's cottage are the longest and are therefore the most difficult to maneuver into place. Like its counterpart, the caretaker's cottage will be cantilevered, and therefore must sit on temporary cribbing until its base column supports are installed. Not a second's wasted on site. While one unit is being craned into place, the next is being backed into position. As the final unit is hoisted into place, we get a chance to see the level of finishing and even a shot at the intrepid owner as he attempts to take photos from beneath. Here we even glimpse the kitchen cabinetry in place. It's the last piece of the puzzle, so to speak. The caretaker's cottage sits high on a cliff, overlooking the main house, which will eventually sport a green roof, and the sea itself. In just 5 days, Preform Construction has built a 6,000 square foot luxury home in one of Canada's most rugged places.